Dancing by my flow, by my flow, dancing gonna break the snow. By my flow, dancing. Hi, kitty. Dancing's what I think of you. Dancing's what clears my soul. Dancing's what makes me whole. That's what you do. Dancing's what I think of you. That's my soul. What do you want, baby? What do you want? You want to think you? Dancing is what you do. Dancing's what I think of you. Dancing what clears my soul. Dancing's what me whole. Eddie. I do believe enough time has passed. So, if everybody's in here and ready to go and got their listening ears on. Ow, my jaw. Alright, we'll read Matthew 10 and maybe 11. And then maybe watch some Cliff Neachel. We'll see. And then we'll game at 8. Alright. Matthew 10. Jesus sends out the 12 apostles. Jesus called his 12 disciples together and gave them authority to cast out evil spirits and to heal every kind of disease and illness. Here are the names of the 12 apostles. First, Simon, also called Peter, and then Andrew, Peter's brother, James, son of Zebedee, and John, his brother, Philip, Bartholomew, Thomas, Matthew, the tax collector, James, son of Alphaeus, Thaddeus, Simon the Zealot, Judas Iscariot, who later betrayed him. Jesus sent out the 12 apostles with these instructions. Do not go to the Gentiles or Samaritans, but only to the people of Israel, God's lost sheep. Go and announce them that the kingdom of heaven is near. Heal the sick, raise the dead, cure those with leprosy, and cast out demons. Give as freely as you have received. Don't take any money from your money belts. No gold, silver, or even copper coins. Don't carry a traveler's bag with a change of clothes and sandals, or even a walking stick. Don't hesitate to accept hospitality, because those who work deserve to be fed. Whenever you enter a city or village, search for a worthy person and stay in his home until you leave town. When you enter the home, give it your blessing. If it turns out to be a worthy home, let your blessing stand. If it is not, take back the blessing. If any household or town refuses to welcome you or listen to your message, shake its dust from your feet as you leave. I tell you the truth. The wicked cities of Sodom and Gomorrah will be better off than such a town on Judgment Day. Look, I am sending you out as sheep among wolves, so be as shrewd as snakes and harmless as doves. But beware, for you will be handed over to the courts and will be flogged with whips in the synagogues. You will stand trial before governors and kings because you are my followers. But this will be your opportunity to tell the rulers and the other unbelievers about me. When you are arrested, don't worry about how to respond or what to say. God will give you the right words at the right time. For it is not you who will be speaking, it will be the Spirit of your Father speaking through you. A brother will betray his brother to death, a father will betray his own child, and children will rebel against their parents and cause them to be killed. And all nations will hate you because you are my followers. But everyone who endures to the end will be saved. When you are persecuted in one town, flee to the next. I tell you the truth, the Son of Man will return before you have reached all towns of Israel. Students are not greater than their teacher, and slaves are not greater than their master. Students are to be like their teacher, and slaves are to be like their master. And since I, the master of the household, have been called the prince of demons, the members of my household will be called even worse names. But don't be afraid of those who threaten you, for the time is coming where everything that is covered will be revealed, and all that is secret will be made known to all. What I tell you now in the darkness, shout abroad when daybreak comes. What I whisper in your ear, shout from the housetops for all to hear. Don't be afraid of those who want to kill your body. They cannot touch your soul. Fear only God, who can destroy both soul and body in hell. What is the price of 2 sparrows, 1 copper coin? But not a single sparrow can fall to the ground without your Father knowing it. And the very hairs on your head are numbered. So don't be afraid. You are more valuable to God than a whole flock of sparrows. Everyone who acknowledges me publicly here on earth, I will also acknowledge before my Father in heaven. But everyone who denies me here on earth, I will also deny before my Father in heaven. Don't imagine that I came to bring peace to the earth. I came not to bring peace, but a sword. I have come to set a man against his father, a daughter against her mother, and a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. Your enemies will be right in your own household. If you love your father or mother more than you love me, you are not worthy of being mine. Or if you love your son or daughter more than me, you are not worthy of being mine. If you refuse to take up your cross and follow me, you are not worthy of being mine. If you cling to your life, you will lose it, but if you give up your life to me, you will find it. Anyone who receives you receives me, and anyone who receives me receives the Father who sent me. If you receive a prophet as one who speaks for God, you will be given the same reward as a prophet. And if you receive righteous people because of their righteousness, you will be given a reward like theirs. And if you give even a cup of cold water to one of the least of my followers, you surely will be rewarded. Matthew 11. When Jesus had finished giving these instructions to his 12 disciples, he went out to teach and preach in the towns throughout the region. John the Baptist, who was in prison, heard all about all the things the Messiah was doing. So he sent his disciples to ask Jesus, "Are you the Messiah we've been expecting? Or should we keep looking for someone else?" Jesus told them, "Go back to John and tell him what you have heard and seen. The blind see, the lame walk, those with leprosy are cured, the deaf hear, the dead are raised to life, and the good news is being preached to the poor." And he added, "God blesses those who do not fall away because of me." As John's disciples were leaving, Jesus began talking about him to the crowds. "What kind of man did you go into the wilderness to see? Was he a weak reed, swayed by every breath of wind? Or were you expecting to see a man dressed in expensive clothes? No. People with expensive clothes live in palaces. Were you looking for a prophet? Yes, and he is more than a prophet. John is the man to whom the scriptures refer to when they say, 'Look, I am sending my messenger ahead of you, and he will prepare your way before you.' I tell you the truth, of all who have ever lived, none is greater than John the Baptist. Yet even the least person in the kingdom of heaven is greater than he is. And from the time John the Baptist began preaching until now, the kingdom of heaven has been forcefully advancing, and the violent people are attacking it. For before John came, All the prophets and the law of Moses looked forward to this present time. And if you are willing to accept what I say, he is Elijah, the one the prophets said would come. Anyone with ears to hear should listen and understand. To what can I compare this generation? It is like children playing a game in the public square. They complain to their friends, "We played wedding songs and you didn't dance. So we played funeral songs and you didn't mourn." For John didn't spend his time eating and drinking, and you say he is possessed by a demon. The Son of Man, on the other hand, feasts and drinks, and you say he is a glutton and a drunkard, and a friend of tax collectors and other sinners. But wisdom is shown to be right by its results. Then Jesus began to denounce the towns where he had done so many of his miracles, because they hadn't repented of their sins and turned to God. What sorrow awaits you, Chorazin and Bethesda! For the miracles I did in you has been done in wicked Tyre and Sidon. Their people would have repented of their sins long ago, clothing themselves in burlap and throwing ashes on their head to show their remorse. I tell you, Tyre and Sidon would be better off on Judgment Day than you. And you people of Capernaum, will you be honored in heaven? No, you will go down to the place of the dead. For if the miracles I did for you had been done in wicked Sodom, it would still be here today. I tell you, even Sodom will be better off on Judgment Day than you. At that time Jesus prayed this prayer: O Father, Lord of heaven and earth, thank you for hiding these things from those who think themselves wise and clever, and for revealing them to the childlike. Yes, Father, it pleased you to do it this way. My Father has entrusted everything to me. No one truly knows the Son except the Father, and no one truly knows the Father except the Son, and those to whom the Son chooses to reveal him. Then Jesus said, Come to me, all who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you. Let me teach you, because I am humble and gentle at heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy to bear, and the burden I give you is light. At 8. And we'll pick up Matthew 12 next Saturday. I read a little too fast, I think. Two chapters in like a minute. Or 9 minutes, not a minute. I'm not that fast. Why are you being weird? Alright.
Jesus doesn't even follow the requirements to be the Messiah. The requirements to be the Messiah is A, the Jews will go back to Israel. There'll be a big war, something will happen. He'll be a descendant of King David. You said 500 people discovered Christ. What happens to them? They all die?
Who raised Islam out here? You're the one who raised it. Now, if you're going to jump into the kitchen, it gets hot. I want to debate with Karl Marx. He's dead. I want to debate or talk with you. Okay?
So is Jesus. We're still discussing
No,
him.
Jesus is alive. He rose from the dead. That's different from
All
Karl
right,
Marx.
then where is he now? Those are, by the way, who I believe to be God, and which you
Yes.
claim are mythological characters.
I've spent most of my life reading Buddhist philosophy,
Okay.
And I have absolutely no evidence that it's true. It's more me trying to come to terms with the concept of death. On some level, I hope that there is no afterlife, because this
Okay.
is hard, you know?
One pastor, 4 religions. Watch as Cliff Knechtley faces a Jew, Muslim, Hindu, and Buddhist, and manages to set Christianity apart as the ultimate truth in all 4 debates. Make sure to stick to the end for some of the most thought-provoking debates you'll ever witness. Leave your thoughts in the comments below and enjoy the video.
I know there's evil in me, okay? So the question is, how am I made right with a morally perfect, holy God?
You ask him.
You say? And does he forgive you?
Yes.
How do you know that?
I know it. It's just because that's what the actual Bible says. The actual Bible says.
Yeah, and the actual Bible talks about lambs being sacrificed, right?
Right, and we don't have the temple anymore. We don't have to do it. Everyone knows this.
Yeah, but what's the whole point of a lamb being sacrificed? Why was blood shed?
The physical presence that it was there,
Yeah.
that doesn't exist today. That's why it's so much. That's
Right.
why back then people believed in God so much easier than we do now. Everyone here, half the people here don't. Half the people in this circle don't because it's a struggle and it's hard. Because it's not that presence, not there today, and it's much more of a struggle. It's not because somebody died. It doesn't say Jesus doesn't even follow the requirements to be the Messiah. The requirements to be the Messiah is A, the Jews will go back to Israel. There'll be a big war, stuff will happen, and eventually we'll all come and he'll rise up. He'll be a descendant of King David. We both. How is he? Okay, listen. A descendant, because in the Jewish faith, descendant comes descendant of your tradition, and your restore passes for your father. Jesus, who's his father?
Okay, so here's basically how I'm different from my wonderful, awesome Jewish friends. My wonderful, awesome Jewish friends insist that tradition, Moses, the Hebrew prophets, that's truth. And when I ask them, what's the evidence that Moses and tradition are true, I'm scared by the answers that I get. The reason that I follow Jesus Christ is because of his sinless life, his amazing ethical teachings, the Sermon on the Mount, his incredible death, forgiving enemies, and then his resurrection. His resurrection sets Christ apart from Moses, Isaiah, Muhammad, Siddhartha Gautama Buddha, the avatars of Hinduism. His resurrection is unique. That's why I seriously would encourage you, check out Jesus. Does that make sense?
You didn't tell me what the explanation was. What did they tell you?
They tell me it's our tradition, it's our heritage. It's our heritage.
They tell that we can trace it back, and also they also tell you that. And also, first off, Moses was not sinless. Moses killed a person, right?
Exactly.
He is the greatest prophet of all time. We both agree?
No. I think Jesus is greater than Moses.
You said Jesus is not a prophet. Jesus.
Good. In that sense, correct.
Okay. But at the same time, there's other people in the Bible that didn't sin. The
No.
father of King David didn't sin.
Jesse?
You see, I don't know.
Jesse sinned.
The father of King David? No. It says specifically he did not sin.
No, it doesn't.
Yes.
Jesse didn't live a sinless life, and obviously David didn't. That dude was one royal sinner.
No, David did not. But okay,
Jesse
first
sinned,
we did- okay.
but Jesus Christ did not. That sets him apart as unique, as different. Muhammad sinned, and I respect Muhammad, okay? It's not like I dump on Muhammad. In fact, I love his one of his 5 pillars, give alms to the poor. I agree with him totally. In John chapter 8, Jesus looks in the face of his enemies and says, which one of you can prove me guilty of sin? His enemies are silent. A fine Jewish man, the Apostle John, who lived with Christ very closely for 3 years, in 1 John could write, in him is no sin. So that's what the eyewitnesses say. He didn't sin, which is kind of weird, because all the rest of us sinned, but not Jesus. So that demands respect. It doesn't mean he's God, obviously, but it demands respect. And then when he claims to be God and then backs it up with an historical resurrection, wow. I really got to take this guy seriously. It's pretty impressive.
Jesus has not filled any of the requirements to be the
Okay,
Messiah.
good. You're right. He did not fulfill the kingly... No, he fulfilled the suffering servant prophecies, like Isaiah 53. He was the suffering servant who was crushed for our iniquities. But he did not, you're absolutely right, he did not fulfill the kingly messianic prophecies. He said that he would return a second time, and when he returns, it will not be as a baby born in a manger in Bethlehem, It'll be as the all-powerful God, and there will be a day of judgment, and there will be a heaven and a hell. So you see, now the question is, yeah, but Cliff, come on. Where does the Bible say that the Messiah is going to come twice? Good question. It doesn't say he's going to come twice. But it also doesn't say he's just going to come once or 5 times. It is silent. So the Old Testament is silent regarding how many times Messiah is to come. Obviously, what Jesus is claiming is he comes the first time to fulfill the suffering servant prophecies like Isaiah 53, but when he comes a second time, it'll be to fulfill the kingly messianic prophecies. And there will be a day of judgment, and it will be power, not someone getting nailed to a cross.
I know people that know Hebrew because I've learned it from my father before that, from my father before that.
Good.
Right, passed down for tradition from Sinai.
Right?
At Sinai, Jesus was not mentioned. Everything was given up there and brought down.
Yeah.
So you said 500 people discovered Christ, and what happens to them? They all die. 500. So you understand where it says that now we cannot ask these 500 people what happened. Did you see this? No, because they're not there anymore, and we don't know who they are. But with 3 million people at Sinai who received the Torah from God, I can trace that back. I can trace myself back to those 3 million people with the specific names, all the way back to Moshe Rabbeinu, back to Moses. So how is Jesus Christ more reliable than what the original is? What it's based off?
I would encourage you to put your faith in Jesus Christ, because the evidence is he died and really rose from the dead. He lived out the Torah magnificently. So the evidence is he's consistent and he's reliable. He was dead and he rose from the dead. So you can trust him. He didn't slam Moses. He agreed that Moses was inspired by God. I am a follower of Christ. I worship a Jew. I worship a Jew. Jesus was a Jew, not a Gentile. So all the anti-Semitism that has gone on in the name of Christianity is a farce, obviously. Because a Christian is someone who worships a Jew. So if somebody says, I believe in Jesus and I'm going to go into a synagogue and blow Jews away, major, major hypocrisy. Major breakdown in here. Major. If you're a Christian, you worship a Jew. You believe that God became a human being and he was a Jew. So anti-Semitism in the name of Christianity is a violent contradiction, obviously.
I think you all know me. I stepped out here, and I simply ask these 2 gentlemen to please, anytime you're trying to kind of, spread Christianity or talk about it, if you mention the word Islam, you kind of be gentle with it, because I believe that both of them were kind of affecting Islam indirectly, because they're kind of reinforcing this stereotypical Muslims bad, terrorists, polygamists, all these. So I was imploring them, and so we got too deep in the conversations. And Mr. Cliff, right?
Just Cliff.
Cliff, you informed me that, you asked me a question. Should I, as a Muslim, believe a man who was born after 500 years of the disciples? And according to you, I did not answer your question, but what I said, I believe it goes back further than Muhammad was mentioned in the Torah. You disagreed with me. You disagreed. And then you resumed the question and you still assume that I didn't answer it. I brought the evidence that Muhammad is mentioned in name, in Hebrew, in Solomon, Song of Solomon. Sure. And I simply wish of you to read it out loud. Because it's right here actually.
Sure, I'll read it out loud. It's Song of Solomon 5.
In Hebrew.
16?
In Hebrew.
No, I'm not going to read it in Hebrew.
Oh,
Nobody here speaks
Hebrew matters. Hebrew is everything.
No, Hebrew's not everything. Language is language.
Complete differences in the Hebrew. You gotta be careful,
but
bro.
know something. Arabic names.
Every Hebrew scholar I've talked to does not think that that's Muhammad.
Arabic names have meaning.
You're pulling it up on the internet.
If you take, oh no, that's not internet. I have a similar name, and I know what it means. Don't tell me it's internet. No, that's
Look,
me.
We're glad you're here. We love you. We respect you. You are totally wrong when you say that the Song of Solomon talks about Muhammad. Sir, Muhammad wasn't born till 570.
It's just like Jesus was mentioned in the Old Testament. He still wasn't born.
Jesus is not mentioned in the Old Testament as an historical person.
Why don't you read it out loud in Hebrew?
Didn't you hear what I said? Jesus is not mentioned in the Old Testament as an historical person.
Something about the lady who's pregnant, she steps on the snake, right? I mean, I think
It's not saying Jesus. Jesus is not mentioned in a document that is written before his birth.
I'm here to talk about Muhammad, though. I'm not okay. Like if he's not mentioned, then my bad. But I have here a verse in the Hebrew language when it got
Read it.
Okay, I don't know how to read, but there is.
You don't know how to read it?
I don't know, but I know that the word is there. Read it out loud.
All right.
It says Muhammad. Here it is. Why did you turn away? You're here to help me.
No, I'm not here to play games.
I'm not playing games.
Yes, you are.
No.
You're playing games.
I think you're blinded, sir.
You're blinded because you're playing games.
No, I'm not.
Fine, I'll read the passage.
My religion
Song of
recognizes
Solomon,
you.
chapter 5, verse 16,
In
right?
Hebrew.
No, I'm going to read it in English for you.
In Hebrew. No, it's not. You took the name.
His mouth is sweetness itself. He is altogether lovely. This is my lover. This my friend, O daughters of Jerusalem. There is no mention of Muhammad in Song of...
Hang on.
This my
There's a butterfly on Cliff's Bible. That is poetic.
friend, O daughters of Jerusalem. There is no mention of Muhammad in
Why did
Song
it
of
say-
Solomon, chapter 5, verse 16.
Why does it say we kullu Muhammadim in the?
That is so
It's
perfect.
not talking about an historical Muhammad. It's not even referring to him, sir. You're playing a
Why
little
is he
semantic game.
It's not gay.
You want to play a game? We'll go play basketball, okay?
Why do
I'm
you-
not out here to play semantic
Why
games.
do you refuse to look at it? You're
I'm
afraid.
not looking at anything.
You're afraid.
I just read it for you.
You're
You want to
afraid
look at it?
to
I'll read it.
Look at it and read it in the Hebrew, and then see the translation and see what happens. That's all I'm asking of you. I'm not asking you the impossible. Read it in the Hebrew and see the translation and see what
Okay,
difference.
so let's move on to. Okay, we'll keep talking.
Okay.
How can we trust the Quran? Why is it reliable? And we'll compare it right to the
Because
Bible.
it's the same example right here.
This
He
is
has
a
been-
joke. A joke.
it's not.
Yes, it is. It's a total farce.
You're calling the Hebrew language
We
a
can
joke?
trust the entire
No,
Is that what
the linguistic trick you're playing is intellectually dishonest. The Hebrew is not talking about an historical person, Muhammad.
You still haven't read it, by the way.
I did read it.
No, you didn't read it out loud.
Oh, I'm not going to read it out
Well,
loud.
people
If you
can-
want to read it out loud, go right ahead. I read out loud
I already did.
that verse out of the NIV, a very accurate translation of the Hebrew.
But then, it's not accurate.
Yes, it is
Because
accurate.
The name Muhammad means the one who is altogether lovely, which is the thing that you read.
Yeah.
But then when you translate the name Muhammad to altogether, you miss the name Muhammad. If you became the masters in the biblical religion, you will never recognize it was Muhammad because the name was taken.
You have masters in it. Do you have a masters in it? In
Well,
Hebrew?
apparently, man, he doesn't know,
No, you
man.
don't.
He's laughing and
Okay,
he's
so
walking away.
you're
Why is he
playing a
walking
game.
away? Why is this a game?
Sir,
This is
you've
the
got to
Hebrew
learn to
religion.
defend your faith better than stringing some words that don't mean Muhammad and acting like they do. That's talking about a lover in a love poem, the Song of Solomon. It's written 1,000 years at least before Muhammad ever lived.
I don't know. It's true that I don't know Hebrew, but I know very well that Muhammadim, the M in the end of the Hebrew language refers to a person who is highly respected and to be a prophet. That's the M. It's just like Abu Hind, but hey, you know Hebrew.
Now let me ask you, who raised Islam out here today?
Here,
Yeah, who?
it's the same concept. How it's
Who
spread.
raised Islam out here? Did I do it or did you?
Not me, no.
Yes, you did.
There
We
was
were
one
talking
person
about
here.
atheism and agnosticism. You stood up here and raised Islam. So stop accusing us of raising
Yes,
Islam.
because you're using
I
it
have
to hurt
told you that I
people.
respect you.
Nom nom nom.
I love you.
indirectly hurt
No,
you
absolutely
indirectly
not.
every time you
You're
I
the one who
mean-
raised it.
you're
Now, if you're going to jump into the kitchen,
Not
and
free
get
food,
hot,
but I can send you money for food.
you don't listen to me either.
You are enforcing the stereotype.
I'm not
But-
enforcing anything.
People.
You
If I do that, you have to get some sort of
How they're terrorists every time you talk about it.
I never said that.
some
once.
sort of like Valentine's Day chocolates or something.
Not all terrorists.
You mentioned
Treat
how
yourself.
Muhammad was violent and you did not give me
Muhammad
one.
was violent.
No,
Surah 9. Surah 9, Muhammad writes, kill the infidel. That's violence. That's what
to attack
He never
you.
carried a sword. Never. You're right.
Muhammad
attacks you. We already
Look,
talked
we don't
about
want to
this.
talk about Islam. Why are you forcing us to talk about it and then accusing us
I'm
of raising
simply
it?
asking you to recognize people and
No, you're not asking. You asked a
You-
question, I need you to answer, and you
Get a
interrupt.
pizza in the shape of a
I
heart.
did read it.
Okay, but you didn't read it out loud, and you're still not.
I'm not going to read it out
I'm
loud.
here to convince you.
Because it's
The fact
false
that this guy wants
information.
him to read it out loud of
I bet you know some
falsehood
rabbis in a lot of synagogues. Why don't you go ask them, and they will tell
makes
you
me
the
want to
truth.
tweak.
I dare you.
I got many rabbi friends. I meet with them on a regular
That's
basis.
good news,
And
man.
they are intellectually
You make
honest.
my heart-
The Old Testament never once talks about Muhammad. Never once.
Go ask
And
them
neither
this
does the New
far.
Testament. It doesn't
Go
talk
ask
about
them
Muhammad.
this far. And make sure you ask many
And
of them.
by
You
the
don't
way,
have
we
to-
respect you and we love you and we're glad you're here in the
No, you
United
don't.
States.
You're not
So
listening
don't
to
lump
me.
us into a stereotype.
No, you're not listening.
We
to me.
celebrate Muslims being
So-
here in the United States.
Here's the problem with reading something that is intellectually dishonest, is because if you were to, a lot of these people don't have the level of education that Cliff and his son do in the Bible. And so if you were to be like, oh, well, I found this passage that, might mention this one thing, if he reads it out loud, he sets, for those who don't have that level of education, he sets doubt into it. And that's the problem, is while you can find a ton of proof for Christianity, a big thing when you're Christian, why we read the Bible, why we study, why we try to look up context and stuff like that, is to reinforce our faith. And depending on where you're at in your relationship with God, you can either, because this is what happens, is people who aren't strong enough in faith hit a stumbling block or something that, might completely jar what they're looking at and be like, oh, well, I give up. And it's because they're very weak in the faith, and they haven't truly given everything to Christ. Whereas me, if I hit a stumbling block or something that confuses me, I go into research mode. I go look up the verses myself. And the other thing is there is like linguistic differences between Hebrew and English. Some things don't get translated well. But you see that like the ESV, English Standard Version of the Bible, is a word for word translation from Hebrew to English. And for first time readers of the Bible, it is very hard to follow along. Like it's very difficult. Especially because we don't use that kind of language anymore. It's full of thee, thou, thy stuff, and that's just like the tip of the iceberg. I use NIV, New International Version, which is a phrase for phrase translation, which means they take a phrase from Hebrew and translate it into a phrase in English. So the words aren't going to be exact, but the phrase still comes across properly. And so to cherry pick something out of the language and twist it like that is extremely dishonest. And only serves as a stumbling block for people. It's just basically adding confusion where it doesn't need to. Yeah. It's reading something completely out of context. Like a good example would be and a lot of quote unquote, which I mean not Christians but claim to be Christian, will take the verse, wives obey your husbands, and they'll just take that out of the entire Bible. They'll take that and be like, oh, that means you need to be subjugated to me and obey me and do whatever the hell I say. But literally right after that, I think it's the same verse, says, husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church. Christ died for the church. He died for us, which means in the very basic sense, you need to be willing to die for your wife and everything that leads up to that. That's, taking things out of context, out of the Bible, can just add chaos to it, which is why context is so important. I've got to stop eating chicken nuggets and mac and cheese because it messes up my throat for some reason. I start like getting a whole bunch of phlegm in the back of my throat.
We are here to defend you, but when you're intellectually dishonest and when you lie, we're going to call you on it.
And you haven't
I
read
still
it.
respect
and
you.
Haven't read it.
I just did read it. You gave it to me and I read it.
Read it out loud.
I'm not going to read it out loud. You can read it out loud.
Oh, actually, I already did. وَكُلُّ مُحَمَّدٍ. That's what it says in the Hebrew. When it got translated, they took the name Muhammad, who means altogether lovely, and they say this guy who is altogether lovely. So everybody in the world right now is not going to know that Muhammad was here. Why don't? Could you please comment on
And
that?
see, the other thing is, even if that says Muhammad, there have been so many people named Muhammad. How does that even relate to the Muhammad that created Muslim, that created Islam? It could be one of hundreds of thousands of people named that.
Any Hebrew scholar could tell you that Song of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 16, is not talking about a dude.
Hang on. I want to pull this verse up myself. Is it before or after Psalms? Song of Solomon, verse 5.
Song of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 16.
16. I'll even read. Well, actually, that's a long. His mouth is sweetness itself. He is altogether lovely. This is my beloved. This is my friend, daughters of Jerusalem. And it's even got a little note. I've got a study Bible that adds little notes. The young woman calls Solomon her friend. In a healthy marriage, lovers are also good friends. Too often, people begin marriage with the exciting feelings of love and passion before they take the time to develop deep friendship. This involves listening, sharing, and showing understanding for the other's likes and dislikes. Stay open to your spouse. Both of you are always changing in little ways. Contented companionship takes time, but it makes marriage much deeper and far more satisfying. Yeah, so even this is saying that it's talking about Solomon and not Muhammad.
Is not talking about a dude who was born in 570 AD and lived till about 632 AD.
And yet
Muhammad.
Here it is.
It's not talking about that. It was written 1,000 years before, so
And
it's
yet
not
here
talking
it
about
is.
Muhammad. It's not. And you're intellectually dishonest if you say that. The same way I would be intellectually dishonest if I said the Old Testament mentions Jesus of Nazareth. No, it does not, guys.
You
The
know,
Old Testament was written
just wanted to
BC,
say it's
before
as simple
Christ.
as this.
The Old Testament
Google
never
Solomon.
mentions the word Jesus.
Google Solomon, and it would be there.
Sure, your Muslim friend wants you over there. Why don't you go and have a good day over there, okay?
Solomon 5:16 in Hebrew, and you'll see it.
All right.
Think of me, I'm crazy, but just make sure you have time for it.
We are glad you're here in the United States. Welcome. It's good to have you, and I
wish
appreciate it,
I
okay?
had answered me.
I have answered you.
No,
You can communicate truth through myth. Jesus communicates truth through parable. Parables are not historical records of anything. They're stories. And Jesus communicates truth through stories. And that's what the Vedas and Upanishads are.
And
They're stories. It's not a historical claim. It's a story, it's a myth, but truth is being communicated, is the claim. Am I right?
Jesus used a lot of parables to make sure that people who are genuinely interested in having a relationship with him would understand. But for those who thought they were better than God, than Christ, who didn't need this, would be lost on it.
Right or wrong?
No, you're basically saying that what I believe to be God is a myth.
No. What I'm saying is the avatars
Okay, I'm sorry.
are
but who
communicated
exactly are
in
these
mythological
avatars you refer to?
narrative. The avatars are not space-time people.
Who exactly are these avatars you're referring to, may I ask?
Arjuna.
Like Shiva, Brahma,
Yeah.
and you're saying those are, by the way, who I believe to be God, which you
Yes.
claim are mythological characters.
No. They're appearing on Earth. Them being seen is not an historical event. It's not the claim that these guys really walk the planet. It's more that they are spirits that exist, and they're the truth. And that's fine. I got no problem with that. But let's be honest, it's not a claim of historicity. It's a claim that these spirits are true. Guess what? I've never seen God. But I believe God is true. But I would never say to you, God the Father walked on earth. No, God the Father walking on earth never occurred. It's not an historical event. Jesus Christ, God in human form, walked on earth. Right? Okay, so the avatars of Hinduism are not historical people who are born in a town, live, and then we have the historical record of them. They're mythological figures, but the point is, truth is being communicated through myth.
Right, but you then seem to be saying that truth is both true in the Upanishads and the Bible, which actually they're somewhat contradictory in some ways, at least.
Oh, brilliant, absolutely. So now, we have a truth claim in the Vedas and Upanishads.
Right.
We have a truth claim in the Gospels. And obviously those two truth claims contradict each other.
Well, actually, they're mostly similar, but in key details, they do differ, yes?
Oh, come on.
Well, all religions in the world promote good life. I mean, if I follow
Yes.
any religion in the world, the society would be fine. We just suck because we don't.
Not all religions.
But obviously, Jesus is saying there are not many gods. Jesus stuck to the monotheism of Judaism. There's one God. He repeated the Shema of Israel. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one. Now, obviously, that's not what Hinduism teaches.
Right. So, how do you, decide which one is more true?
Well, that's what you got to do. You got to study the Vedas and Upanishads, and you got to ask, okay, is there evidence that supports the truth claims? And then you got to read the Gospels and ask yourself, is there evidence to support the truth claims of Christ?
And what is the evidence that supports the truth claims of Christ?
His sinless life, his incredible ethical teachings, his death on a cross, loving and forgiving his enemies, and his resurrection from the dead. Those 4 points.
All right, but then that is equivalent to saying over the history of time, people who lived the way the Upanishads teach would cause just as good, good being and good life. How is it that...
Yeah, but they never came back from the dead.
Why do you say that he was completely sinless? What exactly is sin? Why are you saying... I mean, you claiming that he is sinless is like saying that I have my own idea of sin, and he's adhering to it. Therefore, it's your own idea, not actually Jesus's.
Fascinating point. No, sin is not something that I make up. Sin, justice, goodness flow from the character of God. And according to both the Torah and the New Testament, the goodness of God is revealed in the commandments: do not murder, love, do not lie, speak the truth, do not covet, celebrate with another person all the talents they have, do not be jealous or envious, build other people up. So sin is saying, God, your definition is wrong, my definition is right.
Isn't that circular argument, though? Like saying, I know that Jesus was sinless because God said so, and what God says is sinless. Therefore, there's no basis for what is and is not sinless, except for your own decision.
No, the reason I answered you was because you said, Cliff, you're just making it up. No. I'm not making it up. You read the Old Testament, the 10 Commandments, the Decalogue in Exodus 20.
Can I interrupt you for
Yeah,
a
the
second?
10 Commandments came
You know
first.
what sin is and is not based on Jesus' word, but you claim that Jesus lived a sinless life before you even had, and I mean, while he's living his life, you had no real idea of what sin is or is not. So how do you know
Yes,
that
they
he
did.
lived a sinless life before he even told you? And if it's after he told you, then he can just suit it to whatever he did, and therefore he would be sinless,
Jesus was a Jew,
right?
and as a Jew, he believed that the 10 Commandments were from God, from his Father. And he lived up to those 10 commandments perfectly.
All right.
That was his definition of sinless.
All right. And if I, for example, believed in something else, say, I don't know, like 5 commandments that I come up with out of top, or some other person comes up with, and I strongly believe that that is the truth, and I perfectly adhere to it to my entire life, I can claim that I have been sinless. And so can other people who, use that same argument. Just because he was Jew and he followed through what he believed does not make him sinless any more than me following through what I believe would make me sinless.
Right. But Jesus, as a Jew, insisted the 10 commandments are the law of God.
I think there's a
And then he
disconnect
lived
where
up
this
that
the younger guy doesn't understand that the 10 commandments came hundreds of years before Jesus.
incredibly high ethical standard.
And if I insist, so what you're saying is if I insist on some incredibly high ethical standard, which again is, we don't
And
know what that
Jesus
high
isn't
standard is, or if it's
necessarily the one
or-
saying he
and
lived
I
a
just,
sinless life.
obey these
It's the
laws that
people who
someone
wrote
made,
down,
you're claiming that I'm equally sinless as
wrote
Jesus.
about Jesus. Matthew,
I can
Mark,
promise
Luke, and
you that
John.
if you espouse a very high ethical standard and then live up to that high ethical standard perfectly, I will respect you highly. That's why I respect Gandhi as much as I do. Because Gandhi
I
lived
mean,
up
shoot,
to a
even the
very high
people who
ethical standard
persecuted
very,
Jesus
very
couldn't
well.
find a flaw in
That's
him.
why I respect Gandhi. If Gandhi would have gone around with a racist attitude, if Gandhi would have gone around knocking people's legs out from underneath them, cut them off at the knees, I would not respect Gandhi as much as I do.
We're coming back to, again, the argument of what is a high ethical standard, because we don't know what sin is or is not without these high standards that we aspire to, and we're making up these standards, or somebody
Okay, good.
is.
My argument is that you understand by exercising your conscience in a rational, responsible way. You have a very good understanding of what is right and wrong. And that is why if I go up to this guy and smack him in the face, you're going to say, whoa, what are you doing? And if I go up to this guy and steal his backpack, you're going to say, whoa, what are you doing? And if I exhibit a racist attitude towards you, you're going to say, whoa, time out, what are you doing? So you have a conscience that ties you into those 10 commandments, that ties you into the teachings of Christ, the same way I do, the same way everybody does here. I don't think you need to have a PhD in the Bible to know that the rape of a woman is absolutely wrong. I think you've got a conscience that will inform you very quickly that rape is wrong.
All right, so you're saying that, for example, you stealing the backpack would be kind of wrong, right?
I think you would believe that. Am
Right,
I wrong?
but not necessarily.
Good.
I mean, property, again, is a concept that is inherently selfish, for example.
Okay, we disagree.
And I'm just not necessarily my point here, but say communism, for example.
No,
I
you
mean,
speak for yourself, though. Come on now.
oh,
I don't want to debate with Karl Marx. He's dead. I want to debate or talk with you. Okay?
So is Jesus. We're still discussing
No,
him.
Jesus is alive. He rose from the dead. That's different from
All
Karl
right,
Marx.
then where is he now? I don't see him alive.
Where is he now? He's in heaven.
All right, so
He's going to come back a second time.
and jeez. All right. So
Where
we're
are the avatars?
You know what? Okay. That point is obviously not going to get anywhere, and I'm going to get irritated by it.
Well,
But
if you want to shut down and get irritated, that's your decision.
all right, fine. What are we arguing again? Because you seem to be.
I think we're done.
going
If you
off.
don't know where we're talking about, I think we're
No,
done.
I don't think we're done yet.
Oh, okay. Well, then give it to me. What are you thinking?
All right. So your issue of theft here, you're assuming that that's wrong, right?
Yes.
But that's in the case of our
In
society. For
debates, you
example, if,
can't
communism worked out
let
well
yourself
and,
get
the
emotional.
proletarian dictatorship actually, passed through and moved on to the rest of the stages. Of
Logic goes out the
supposed to
window when you use emotion. When you get emotional.
Property and things like that would not exist, and there would be no such thing as you taking it from him. You're just utilizing it for whatever you need. It's not necessarily theft.
No offense to Adam Smith, no offense to Karl Marx. My view of stealing his backpack as being wrong has nothing to do with communism, has nothing to do with capitalism. No offense to the U.S. Supreme Court. It has nothing to do with the dictates of the U.S. Supreme Court. The reason that I'm convinced that stealing his backpack is wrong is not because him having a backpack is selfish. Rather, he's a human being created in the image of God, which means he has dignity. Because he has dignity, I need to respect him. And one of the ways to respect him is to respect the property that belongs to him.
What I'm questioning
Therefore,
is,
stealing his backpack
you seem
is
to-
wrong.
You seem to be believing that property is an inherent right to people, that people have a right to property, then that property is something that belongs to me. Why can't you say that everything belongs as a society to someone? And
Everything
then,
belongs to
sorry.
society?
everything belongs to a group of people. For example, a family, you can own stuff, and it's not really theft if people utilize it. I'm saying this idea of theft is not necessarily wrong because the idea of theft would not necessarily exist in a different society.
Okay, so good point. So what are you? So is this what you're saying? Right and wrong are determined by culture, by society.
In a sense, yes.
Okay, then I'm going to give you an illustration. Nuremberg trials, 1945 to 1949. 24 Nazi war criminals are defended by Nazi lawyers. The Nazi lawyers inform the judges at the Nuremberg trial, you have no right to condemn these Nazi war criminals because they simply were carrying out orders. They simply were doing what their culture taught them to do. The trial shut down because those brilliant Nazi lawyers were onto something. If it's true that culture defines right and wrong, there is no way for the Allies to judge the Nazi war criminals because it was their culture who taught them that the Holocaust was good, and they were just following orders. Robert Jackson, the counsel for the American contingent, stood up and said, there is a law above the law. And because of the law above the law, we can judge these Nazi war criminals as doing something wrong. And the trial continued, and those 24 Nazi war criminals were judged as having done something wrong.
Right.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, that makes sense, except that I disagree that just because someone else culturally believes that what they think is right does not necessarily entitle them to do whatever it is they want, in the sense that, for example, I have my beliefs, and as a society, the United States has a set of beliefs, and if they're not willing to carry out these beliefs because other culture, for example, the Nazis killing the Jews, is still deemed wrong in our culture, and as such, we punish them based on what our beliefs are of right and wrong, not what their beliefs are, because if we always assume that what they think is right, then we won't be able to get anywhere. But as a society, we agreed that killing the Jews is wrong, and as such, we punish them.
But Robert Jackson's whole argument was there is a law above a nation's law. There's a law above a cultural law. And that law obviously rests in the existence of God. Because the only way there can be a law above a cultural law is if there is some type of mind prior to the human mind that creates and defines right and wrong.
And I'm saying that that natural above law is unnecessary. And I don't see why it's necessary to judge these people. They, in your belief, okay, the people who are punishing are the ones who have been put into authority by society, and society as a whole decided that that is wrong. And as such, we decide to judge them based on what we decided is right or wrong. And how does that necessitate a higher law?
My experience is that people can follow their conscience instead of following their culture. And we have the utmost respect for people who follow their conscience, which ties them into a law above the law, and they critique their culture. And we have the utmost respect for those people, don't we?
Our laws and, even though I guess you can say culture, but our Constitution, for example, was an intellectual effort, not some kind of just saying, I'm going to appeal to this natural law concept.
That's not true, actually. This nation was founded as a Christian nation, and one of the founding fathers even said that this country only works as long as it stays a Christian nation, which is why, as y'all can see, we're going downhill, and downhill fast, is because we're no longer following, as we should, a Christian nation with Christian ideals and morals.
It's intellectual effort to say, this is what I believe, using my own conscience, is right, and I'm going to write it down on paper and make it the supreme law of the land. And that is what we decide to follow, consciously, not based on culture.
You don't think the U.S. Constitution was based on natural law and divine law?
That's what they claim, technically,
Yeah,
but
does
it not mean there's not a conscious effort?
Oh, there's definitely a conscious effort. Absolutely.
So what was your response to the reason for not your argument for the natural law existing? I said that it doesn't need to be there, and you seem to be thinking that it does.
I think every one of us here understands from the illustration that I gave from Nuremberg that indeed there is a law above the cultural law. If my culture says that black people are 3/5 the value of white people, I can follow my conscience and I can follow my reason and figure out that no, that's an unjust law. That was Dr. Martin Luther King's argument in his letter from a Birmingham jail in Alabama. He wrote to the white Christian ministers in Birmingham, Alabama, and he said, guess what, fellas? The law of the land that you are commanding me to follow, that black boys sit at the back of the bus, that black folk have to drink from different water fountains, well, guess what? the law of God is above the law of the land, the law of this culture. And you guys as Christian ministers, even though you're white, should realize that those laws are racist and they're wrong. So from his prison cell in Birmingham, Alabama, Dr. Martin Luther King was appealing to a law above the law of the culture, the law of the land. And I think that makes a ton of sense if all of us here are willing to think about it. Guess what, guys? The only way there can be a law above the cultural law is if there is some type of God who creates and defines that value of justice that that law expresses.
Alright, that's a good stopping point. Ads are gonna run, and while they run, I'm gonna get set up for Arc Raiders. I have too many love songs on my playlist. Today is not the day, Spotify. Today is not the day. Alright. Did I not update this? Kitty, did you edit the Twitch tags in Twitch category? Are you sure? Because I had Twitch category as just chatting, and then I had Arc Raiders and Bible reading, and Bible reading's gone now. Huh. I don't know if that's concerning or not. Somebody's messing with my stuff. You know, I almost went in with no bullets. That would have been funny. You would have been funny. Let's see. Come, if you hate me. All right. Alright, on Dam Battlegrounds instead of LiDAR scanner at the top of Control Tower. Do I have anything else at Dam? Nope. Buried City and Stella Montis. Day, even if there was get to fun about forever being for you inside of my it's true for you. I do not get in the way. No, I'll be around when you call at the end of the day. Even if the world around feels like it's a falling apart, there'll be room for you inside of my heart. It's true. It's only for you. Crap, hang on. Of it all, get in the way. I know where Leaper is. Around. Wait, was that Harvester? Even if the world around you feels the falling apart, there'll forever be room for you. Oh, creepy. This is industrial. I'm looking for industrial and mechanical. Bing, bing, bing. Oh, right. I'm looking for a particular place. Ladder scanner at the top of control tower. I gotta go here. I think that's a Hornet. I can't see it. I'm a bloody genius. But that wasn't a Hornet. Which means I gotta kill the other thing. You know what? I'm not gonna go that way. Because I'm just asking for trouble if I do. Oh, what the heck? Thank you, Kitty. I appreciate it. Because I'm always going to forget. Because I'm stupid. I'm a bloody ding dong. You know, one of these days, I hope to remember what I'm supposed to, but I don't think I will. I think I'm too much of a ding-dong. Oh, fudge. Listen, Rocketeer, I don't want the smoke, yeah? So stay away from me, and I'll stay away from you. Where's the harvester at? I love the atmosphere of this game. Methinks the harvester is to the west, but I gotta go do this thing first. Across the line, across the line, across the line, dancing with somebody brand new. Ah, come on! Stay away from me, you bloody squeaker snitch! I've been away from this game too long. Snitch, you didn't see me. Leave me alone. Also, I hear you. I'm friendly.
What's up, buddy?
Howdy. Don't think about you. Oh, is that a... That is exactly what I need. Don't think you're going anywhere, Surveyor. I'm so glad you got stuck. Now I can loot you. Those, don't need those. I need you. And don't need you, don't need you, don't need you. Don't need you, don't need you. Come on, give me another piece. Don't need any of this. It feels right. Drop, drop, drop. No, didn't mean to drop. Oh, so it was to the north. Drop, drop that, drop that. There's supposed to be a chance that two of them... Oh, Lord. What happened? Alright. Well, at least I got one. Control tower. Install a LiDAR scanner at the top of the control tower. Alright, where do I install the LiDAR scanner? And now I'm in research and admin. No? Okay. There's got to be a way to get to the roof, right? I've gotten to the roof before. Ooh, gun. What do you got? Renegade. Oh. Sure, I'll take that. How do I get to the bloody top of this building? Gotten there before. I'm just bloody blinded. Hello. I'm friendly. Do you know how to get to the top of this thing?
I do not. Watch out that you're outside the hallway.
That doesn't sound good. Maybe it's on the outside. Oh Lord, what's happening now, Kitty? What could they possibly be accusing each other of? Break you. There's a staircase somewhere. Maybe I can use that to get up? Well, there's the harvester. I don't know if I'm gonna have time to interact with that thing. There we go. Oh, right, the thing with sentinels. Don't shoot me. How's it going? Oh shit! Shit! Ouch! Ah, tits! I am going to just have my gun out the entire time. Where are you, Stinky? There you are. I mean, yeah, no one should ever care that much about what somebody says about somebody else. Shit. You alright? You alright?
Yes!
Alright. Install LiDAR scanner at the top of the control tower. Where do I do that? Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with being soft. But there's, like, being kind versus letting people walk all over you. Oh, this mission is going to make me tweak! There we go. Found it. Okay. You right? Is anybody fighting the harvester? Ooh, I don't even have the bullets to fight that thing. Hell no.
Here you go. I don't know if you have this or not. I just found it. Thank you. Yeah, no problem.
Ah, fudge. As long as you're inside. Is that a hornet? I think that's a hornet. Come here, hornet. I need your blood. And by blood, I need to blow you up with a trigger nade. Goodbye. No way you're not dead from that. Oh, shit. Blow up, blow up, blow up. Ouchie. Okay. So, is there anything else I can do at Dam?
Go to water treatment.
It is. I can go there and maybe get a battery. I really wish you would stop that. Skirt. Ooh, got 10 more bullets. Boleto, 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 samasito. Oh, that's right. I was gonna kill Big Boy. Big stompy boy. A little leap up. Can't do that anymore. Oh, puder. Puder. Oh, crap. I may have fudged up. No way you still managed to hit me. Ouch. I really need to be more careful.
An arc orbiter is en route. The safe window is closing.
Uh-oh.
10 minutes to get out of there. I repeat, 10 minutes.
Okay. Oh, somebody opened this. Nice. I doubt they left a battery behind, but maybe we get lucky. Damn, it's heat sink. That's something. Ooh, more ammo. I love it when people leave me ammo. Ooh. Ah. Lovely, you're so lovely, I can't help but fall for you. When you love me, you're so lovely, loving you. Whoa, whoa. Lovely, loving you. Whoa, whoa. They probably looted this whole place. Yeah, screw it. Time to leave. Wait for me! I'm coming! Baby, you're so lovely, I can't help but fall for you. Somebody already killed Leggy. Loving you. Oh.
Hello.
Hello.
Howdy.
GG's.
GG's.
Oh,
I got it.
about to say.
Bet you can't
Was
top this.
waiting to see if anybody else joining.
Look at me going.
Oh. Oh well.
Right, time to call this wee lad. Tonight, walking around downtown, carrying you'll find you'll die, but you'll see him clear as eye. Alright. Man, what is this boy doing? Never mind. I somehow in the same minute forgot that it's Valentine's Day and he's married to my sister. I'm great, I'm absolutely great. That's on me. I don't think that a lot of people have plans today, so I got the hiccups. Three, 8, 9. Dang, girl, y'all don't want to play Delta with me tonight, then I guess if you ain't gonna be home till then. Bonded bolts. Two hours to get home? Nah, see, that's too far to drive. Way too far.
Something tells me you've got good news. You really stuck it to those Hornets, huh? Kids around here have been kicking empty grenade casings around.
Bro, I've come across a deflated football and a bicycle pump so often.
You help me with some prep work, and I'll set up an actual football team for the young ones.
He takes a bus? Bro.
Some kiosks in buried city stock football magazines. And there's supposed to be some makeshift goals near the dam.
That sounds like a wampa. Maybe she should get a car. He has no license? Dang. Fair enough. Alright. Learn and consume. I already have this, but I think I'm gonna save this and give it to Josh if he doesn't have it already. Until I can make that, I don't want to use it. Sell those. Sell those. Sell those. I don't need no light sticks. I'll keep the blue. Like a Coca-Cola, the doctor away. You're my apple every day. Thinking about you, muffin. Wake up, I'm thinking about you, muffin. Ready, let's see what else we can get rid of. Maybe we expand? Oh, no, we can't expand. That's expensive. This is the problem with games like this, is I'm a freaking hoarder, bro. I hoard. Send that to stash. I'll sell that. I have another shield, don't I? I do. Alright. Sell. Alright, I need one more surveyor part. Couple leapers. What I got for the quest.
Whatever you're doing out there, it's not what I asked for.
You shush, woman.
We're getting new arrivals every now.
The kids like to kick the casings into the vents as hard as they can. But apparently, that's not how you play football.
People sheltered in those camps back then. Don't forget about Stella Montis.
Do I have anything
New arrivals every now
on
and then,
Dam? No,
but they're
okay.
usually parched and underfed.
Let's go to
None of them
Buried
could have brought down that
City
deforester.
then. No, I do have something on Dam. Photograph the goal by the water towers. Alright. Every time we get to closer cover, one to get to know you, but another love. One at a time, so it isn't too much. All too much. What do I want to use? What explosive do I want to use? Correction. I don't have any explosives that I want to use. Got me wrapped up in your touch. Where's this? I'll take a couple impacts though. Overdose. Different to you and you never know. Got my blue eyes closed. Every time I get too close, I cover it up. One, I get to know you, but I know get love. One at a time, so it isn't too much. All too much. One, I get to know you, but I know get love. Ugh. Kind of hoping I come across Jumpy Boy so that I can get his Leaper Core. This is not anywhere close to that. He spawns here.
This is Apollo. See if you can get me what I need to set up a proper football league down here. I can't wait to learn how to perform a proper red card.
Water Towers is here. So let's go here first.
Head home at the water treatment elevator.
If we come across another Leaper, we'll take that one out. Can't really slide cancel. Yeah, skip the song. Don't you notice how I get quiet when there's no one else around? Me and you in awkward silence. Don't you dare look at me that way. Don't do it. I don't need to find you so I feel the same. Oh, burning pain. Listening to you, I found out some new soulmate. She's so perfect, blah blah blah. Oh, how I wish you'll wake up one day. Run to me, confess your love, at least just let me say. And when I talk to you, Cupid walks right through and shoots an arrow through my arm. And I down like a loon, but don't you feel it too? Oh God! Listen here, laddies! I don't appreciate. You know, I really gotta start wearing like a heavy shield. I'm not good enough for this. Lying on my bed staring. Oh, you okay? I'm coming. Where'd he go? There it is. Ow! Stop moving so much! No! Miss me. There we go. There's no way it's still kicking, is it? There we go. Die, you wee lad. Alright, now to kill the jumper. If I haven't used up all my frickin' bullets. No, girl. Do I really need to bring in like 2 lines of ammo with this gun? It feels a lot. Alright, where are ya, ya wee jumper? Oh boy. Alright, well that's one down. And that's 2. I just gotta kill this thing. Somehow. Oh yeah, I forgot I have impact grenades. I missed. Kachi Kong, I am gonna be honest, I do not, but I see you are not a first-time chatter, so welcome back in. Where the heck did that thing go? You wee bloody lad. No shot! Oh, I'm in trouble. I'm gonna get in trouble because I just screwed myself. Please, somewhere. Please. Somewhere. Hello. Hey. Hey. Hey, you wanna... Oh, God. Ow! What the frick? I was outside of it! Not nice, Leaper! Not nice! At all! Come on! Come on! I'll fight you with my skin and teeth! If you come closer. I need you to come closer. Come closer. Come on, come closer. Come closer. That's it. Come on! I ain't got all day! Oh God, oh God, oh God. Well, I'm screwed. Come on! Come off it, then! Please give me some bullets. Shai caramba. You know, you don't look too... Oh, come on! My last shield recharge. Come on, then! You want a fight, you're gonna get one. I won't go down easy. Come on! Stop running! Oh, I can't put that there. I will do this by one hit at a time. Oh, shit. I will do this! Oh, hi. I don't suppose you have any heavy ammo. He's so close to dead, it's not even funny. Where did he go? There he is. Yoo-hoo! That's it. Oh boy. 3 legs. Oh shoot. Am I stuck? No way I'm stuck. Come on. How is this thing not dead yet? There we go. I appreciate it. Hey, you want a gun? I'm honestly, I'm not a fan of this, but you might like it. It's heavy ammo. For your help. If not, you can always sell it. Ooh, and I just found an extra leaper unit. You want it?
Yeah, I knew that.
Here you go.
Hey,
Appreciate appreciate it. Alright, I'm gonna head out of here. Thank you again. Wait! Don't close it yet! No!
You said it just too late. Sorry.
I'm in trouble. I'm in. I have no gun and no bullets and no health. This is gonna be fun. I'm going back to the building. No! 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 Oh, that was close. Come on! Come on! Come on! Come on! Oh! Oh, I'm so screwed. There's no way in hell I make it out. Okay, come on, come on, come on. I can make it there. I can make it. 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 Hit it. Hit it. Nice. Hi, B. It's about time you got in here. Woo. I would not have made it out there if not for those raiders. Then why didn't you say anything, B? Why didn't you say anything? Okay. Selling that. Alright, what guns do I have? Because I really don't like that gun. Let's do a shotgun. Bring the shotgun ammo. It's disturbing how similar our music tastes are. Alright. I got no shields.
Remember, power is out at 2200 hours.
Is this? It's this. I need more fried motherboards. Literally showed her? What do you mean? Oh, I've forgotten probably. All right. Gunsmith. Anvil. I do like the anvil. Mechanical components. Metal parts. I know where to get those. Celeste. I need metal parts. Give me 50. Oh Lord, what's wrong, kitty?
Those look fresh.
Girl, you think guys make no sense? Women make no sense. Send it, girl. Send it. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to agree that, you know, guys are stupid. But women make just as little sense as men do. I can promise you that. All right. It can be played. Yeah. I don't know if I can help you understand his POV. Guys make no sense to me either. But yeah, basically that's what I'm saying. Nobody makes any sense. Not a lick of sense. All right, let's see these themes. I really hope you sent these in order. Because if you didn't, I'm gonna fight ya. Okay, I just read it. Oof. I get both. I understand both. Like, all right, so to him, it sounds like, you know, that's one of the first things that he told people about was that, you know, he's in a relationship. It sounds like something like he was happy about. Because the way that I see it is he's happy to be in a relationship, and when people are happy to be in a relationship, they can't shut the fuck up about it. That's not everybody, obviously, but that is a few people, and you know, I would be one of those. I wouldn't be able to stop talking about it. But what I see is that he's not seeing that that is not how she is. I don't think there's anything wrong with what she did. You know, not telling anyone she's dating someone until it becomes an issue. Which, I mean, you know, that the reason I see her opinion is that's not anybody's fucking business. Unless it, you know, becomes an issue, and then it's like, well, at least this can get them to back off. It's just a different viewpoint, I think, for everybody. I don't think that helps her case, Kitty. I actually think that hurts her case. Because that, to me, that looks more like, oh, you're not sure about your guy, so you don't mind, you know, whatever. I don't know. I'm not a relationships expert, dude. She doesn't want her stream and IRL stuff mixing. What do you mean? What does she mean, IRL stuff and stream mixing? Because, like, saying that your name, your legal name, or his legal name, or any of that stuff, or sending pics, IRL, sure, that's understandable. But I have a genuine distaste for, people, usually women, but people who stream and do not on, because they do this on, I don't think this is her, but they purposely avoid mentioning if they're in a relationship or not, so that they can keep the SIMPS from leaving their chat. All right.
The blackout in Sector C has been resolved.
Just light compatibility. All right. Best for you. The battle's on your heart to blue. Gonna hang that moon.
People sheltered in those camps back then. Used the outposts to send
Buried
messages.
City.
Don't forget about Stellamontes.
Stellamontes.
The kids like to kick the casings into the vents as hard as they can.
All right, I dipped before I could do
apparently,
this.
That's not how you play football.
Okay. Photograph the goal by the water towers. Tell me what's the point of it? What's the point of it? Ooh, wolf packs, finally! So that's what they look like. Best for you. Battles on the autumn blue. Hang that moon. What's the point of being? What's the point of being in love? Tell me what's the point of being? What's the point of being? Oh. I'm not gonna lie, it stressed me out a little bit. I can't seem to move. I said, in the dead of the night, trying not to think. Girl, that is when you tell them both to leave it alone and stop talking to each other. Okay.
Let's go to that location.
You still back in my head. I mean, fair, but like that's also, I don't know, dude. If it were me, it's kind of the thing where like I can't help but just help because that's just who I am. But like, for the love of God, dude. So I'm like, sorry for calling you out, B, but like with B and Abdil, they got on my nerves so much. And now it feels like how my parents are, because they didn't listen to me. They refused to listen to me and drop shit when they should have. Refusing to let something go and forget about it is a consistent thing with relationships. No more thinking that the night I do it. Yeah. I mean, she's messing around with Sleepy now, so. Huh? Wait, what are you talking about? I thought you were talking about B. What are you talking about? What did I do this time? Oopsies. I mean, I'm sorry, bro, but you, like, that irked me so much while it was happening. Like, genuinely got me tweaked, so it's hard not to talk about it sometimes. But yeah, I definitely should have called you out in private. I mean, you literally could not have chosen, because you got back with him, bro. You got back with him after knowing what he did. Like, how much of a glutton of punishment are you? You a glutton for punishment. Okay, no, there's a difference between being submissive and letting yourself be run over and abused constantly. Because guess what? Mental abuse is still a form of abuse. Look at that, I found a soccer ball. Happy place, beautiful face, my home, my home. What am I taking a photo of? Goal by the water tower. I'm sorry, this is a goal? This is a goal? This is a ball! Only thing you know is love? Hey, kitty, we gotta get you therapy.
Let's go to water treatment control.
Oh, my, oh. Yeah, you don't go anymore, correct? You stopped going. Or, no. Wrong person. You don't talk about what you should be talking about to your therapist because you feel like you're gonna be a burden to her. There's nothing wrong with being a talker. But you need to talk about the right things with your therapist. And the stuff that we went over that one time, you absolutely need to be talking to your therapist about. It doesn't matter if it's like a build-up thing. Talk about it. Right. Well, you know, maybe write down, you know, when you go through a week of, you know, stuff and you figure out like what we figured out or talked about, write it down on a pad and then bring it to your therapist. It's something that needs to be talked about. Neither do I. I know it had something to do with love, but I couldn't tell you what. But no, you know, you find something out in the middle of the week, write it down, then talk at some point. Talk about it with your therapist. Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't... Oh, shit. Woo! Quick scope! I'm good. I'm just that good. Yeah, that's a little concerning, not gonna lie, but, you know, who am I to judge, right? Well, I'm not judging, but I don't know exactly know how good a therapist can be if they're drinking as well. Casually is fine. Casually is absolutely fine. It's not hypocritical. It wouldn't be hypocritical for her to talk about it then. If she's getting drunk to get drunk like you do, and then tries to talk to you about it, then yeah, absolutely, it would be. Then she would be the perfect person to talk to. What is she on about? Like, that's not a joke. The best people to talk about stuff is people who have gone through it themselves. Like, when I get through what I'm going through, I'm gonna be amazing at, you know, advice for it. Fair point. Oh, shit. Ouch! Oh, that was painful. Oh, and there's another one. Hello, you little baby back... How did I miss? There we go. They might as well be, but I think they're called pops. Before you go, I'm never gonna find an industrial battery. I'm absolutely screwed. This thing is great, though. No, kitty, no drinking for you. I ban you from drinking permanently and forever. You're never allowed to have alcohol again in your life. You know. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah, speaking of, what do you want to do for your birthday? I did not realize where I was. Thank you for so. Wow, I see how it is. I see how it is. Wow. Chat, can't believe it. She says she's gonna make plans with her mother, and then in fact makes plans with Romy and Mommy. Wow. Really? Oh boy. Right, Blake, you know, I wanted to do something for your birthday, you know. I told you about that. And, you know, you just go and make plans with other people. But not me, your bestest of friend.
An ARC orbiter is en route. The safe window is closing. You have 10 minutes to return to Speranza. I repeat, 10 minutes.
What do you mean? I've been trying to frickin'... I'm gonna fight you, bro. I'm gonna fight you. I tried to celebrate your birthday last year and we didn't do nothing because, well, I don't feel like it. And then this year I'm talking about your birthday and all of a sudden you have plans. So rude. So rude. Ooh, rubber ducky. Rubber ducky, you're the one. You make bath time so much fun. Rubber ducky, you're the only one for me. But, like, I wanted to do something once you got back. And we never did nothing. And I was very sad. True, true, true. Not in the best state, I can't blame you. Why is that thing still alive? You stupid four-legged idiot! It's opening in like 5 seconds. Get in here! Eek. Oh, wait. Everybody in? Get in, get in! Nice. Them daggum clankers. You know, how about we celebrate your birthday when I come down to visit in November? Won't be here. Why? You better be there in November. What do you mean? How do you have plans in November? How do you have plans at all? I ain't got plans. Nobody ever wants to make plans with me. TwitchCon is not for another week. Not for another week after what I plan on going down there for. So, got ya. Got ya. And how dare you? You should be going to TwitchCon with your best friend, not without.
If your heater's out, you're not alone. Layer up, people.
I mean, I would assume after TwitchCon you want to do stuff. I'd like to go to TwitchCon too, to be honest. Yeah. Bro, I'm straight up inviting you to a convention and you said, "Oh no, I'm too good for that." Yeah, you're too good to go to the convention that I want to go to. What do you mean it isn't the same? It's not a religion convention. It is a content creator convention that everyone there, or not everyone there is Christian either. Yes, it's more Christ-centered than other things are going to be, but it's content creation. My goodness. You act like you're gonna burn alive by walking into a church. And why not? It's not a small unknown it is a known convention. Just have to know what you're looking for, just like anything else. Yeah, and for some 50-year-old person who's never been on the internet, they've never heard of TwitchCon or Comic-Con. I'm saying it's all about perspective, Kitty, and what you really care about. You wouldn't, because you'd be going with me. It's not like I'm gonna all of a sudden just, like, dip out and leave you stranded with a bunch of people you don't know. Not that much of a jerk. And also, it would be my first time at a convention, too. But I want to go because it's something that I care about. It's not like you're not going to be nervous at TwitchCon as well. More so because you're going to be by yourself.
You know, the task doesn't complete itself. We get new arrivals every now and then, but they're usually parched and underfed.
The kids like to kick the casings into the vents as hard as they can.
People sheltered in those camps back then used the outposts to send messages and keep an eye.
How is this place already searched? Yeah, I don't understand why. Because it sucks. Everybody already has gone to all the places that have good loot. I made a mistake. Football magazines in any kiosk? What? What the heck is a kiosk?
The key is on the fourth floor.
Kiosk?
Oh, kiosk? I don't know.
I've got that, football, the league mission. Photograph the football magazines in any kiosk.
Oh, yeah, I know which one you're doing. Shit. Let me see. Let me look on the map. That one was at the Marana station. So to our southwest.
Marana station.
North of the Marana station. Where you at? I can take you.
I'm just doing missions, so, I mean, if you don't mind, that'd be great.
Yeah, where you at?
Oh, down below you. One level. I'll come up.
Okay, I'm down. I'm in front of the exit. Do you have the defibrillator blueprint?
I don't think so.
I do. You can have it.
Awesome. Are you up top?
No, I'm on the sand floor. I'm on the ground outside.
Oh, let me figure out how to get there.
Yeah, you can just go to the stairs. You're in the parking garage, it sounds like?
Yeah, I'm at the zip line.
Okay, yep. Reaching the door. Okay, where you at?
Up top. All the way.
Okay, I'm coming up. Yep. Hey, what's up, buddy?
How's it going?
Hey, here's that blueprint. DFib blueprint.
Let's see. Oh, I do have it. Here.
Okay, well, get inside. Here comes the snitcher. You can keep it, I don't care.
You sure?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Nice.
Alright, let's go. Make sure I got it marked. Okay, I got it marked out. So 220 meters this way.
Alright. Again, I appreciate it.
Smoked on once. No problem. Oh shit, I got stuck. Girlfriend was handing me something. My bad.
You good?
I'm a little over-incompetent.
Shit.
Where you at, my boy?
Fighting a hornet.
I got you.
Nice.
There we go.
I assume to be a magnet for those things.
Same, man. That's insane. I got a good gun. I might be able to drop you. Hold on here in a second.
Oh, I've got an anvil and a shotgun.
Okay. Cool.
I appreciate it though.
But you got one in your inventory. It is a Renegade 2.
I think I've got one in my storage.
Cool. Right here's this kiosk right in front of me.
Appreciate it.
No problem.
Oh,
Yep,
search for a bicycle pump too. Nice. I didn't realize I had that.
Is it inside?
I think so. Yeah, it's in here.
Alright, there you go, man.
Thank you.
No problem. I'm gonna go exfil.
Alright. I'm gonna hunt around for a little bit.
Yep. Have a good one, man.
You too. Thank you. That's not a good sign.
Oh, Bombardier.
Yeah, and it sees me. Oh. Yeah. Oh shit. Oh, okay. Ouch. Motherfucker. Why does it want me? Uh-oh. Oh. Fucking stupid robots everywhere. I hate these clankers. I just finished the first season of Free Run, actually. I'm gonna wait until the entire season 2 is up. Don't need that. If you like that, you should watch Spy X Family. It's also wholesome. I'm not gonna lie, this game needs a market. Like a player market. You remember from Dark and Darker? Because I don't know why, like, I feel like Extractions just inherently should have markets, because that way, you know, if people are making tons of money but can't seem to find the part they need, they can just buy it off of another player. And I watched a streamer that I like, talk about how he thinks there should be a PvP only, because the thing they're doing right now is to encourage.
An ARC orbiter is en route. The safe window is closing.
To encourage non-player killer.
I repeat, 10 minutes.
Which I like, but they should have like. I don't know. If this game took a little bit from Dark and Darker, I think it'd be pretty good. Because while some people love the aspect of PvP, other people don't. Yo, what's up, Abdil? Oh, right. He was talking about wanting there to be a, like, equipment, amount, like, price amount to go into a PvP area, which is pretty much exactly like Dark and Darker. I don't mean like specifically PvP, but like you remember how, well, I can't remember what it's called. It's been too long, but the mode where you bring in a certain level of stuff, like certain gear score. You bring in a certain gear score. And, you know, you go in, you kill people with the same gear score, and you loot out. Something to encourage PvP, because I like PvE, but something to encourage PvP as well as PvE is always good. No, Abil, it is not a happy Valentine's Day. It is a very grouchy Valentine's Day. Because I ain't got no Valentine. But me. Shit. I really wish I could draw that gun faster. That's so stupid. No, not happy. Sad. Wah. You know, I really do not understand. The laboratory reagent that I need, I know where I can find it. But it would make sense for it to be here, right? But no. You can never find any in the hospital. Because that would make too much sense, right? Shut up. Alright, this place has been looted. Time to leave. Oh, crap.
Let's head home at the collapsed store hatch.
You know, it's a good thing I have a radar hatch key. I would have just been cooked. Where are you going? No. That would be very rude. Funny! But I'm more about the good vibes, and I also don't want to get thrown into more player killer lobbies. Of course you did.
Don't forget about Stella Montes. Standing there like you want a medal. You're not getting one. I see. I have another special.
Oh my gosh.
In old battlegrounds from the first wave. Raiders nowadays usually pick places like Franklin, despite the significance they once held. People forget quickly, quicker than they should. If it looks like it matters to someone, grab it. Don't break it. This is some.
The kids like to kick casings into the vents as hard as they can.
Not to be dramatic, delays get people killed. Get my way.
Alright. Learn. Still. I'll hold on to those, see if Josh has them or not. All right. Anvil. Put that on. What's up, kitty? Oh, DMs. Oh.
autistic Down syndrome friend, and he's never had a Valentine's Day, and he's looking for one. You think he could be Valentine's Day today? I'll call him over right now. Oni-chan! Darling! Oh, hiya! Oh, who's the lucky girl today? Is she the lucky girl? Yes. Oh, how you doing? What's your name? Ellie? My name's Ethan. Oh, she's such a baddie. Uh-huh. You're a baddie. Who's a baddie? Who's a baddie? Who's a good girl?
Oh my god. There's something wrong with you, kitty. Alright, I'm gonna hop off for tonight. God, I do not want to go to work tomorrow. What do you mean, wow? You want me interrupting your and Romy's Valentine? Yet. Do you want me to hop on Delta with you? Oh Lord, what happened after I went to bed? What happened to the poor baby? Move the server or maybe play earlier? You know, people have bedtimes. Sounds like you just need me in there. You know, you only got like 2 dead lobbies playing with me. Good night.